getting close. Hello, Sinner Saints, my fellow ribs and the glories of men. Welcome back to another video. Today is our 28-week pregnancy update. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. I'm losing my voice a little bit. I think I'm sick, which makes sense because the temperature just dropped recently in our area. I think it was like 4 degrees when I woke up. Very rude. It was literally like I woke up at 5 and my nose is gushing blood. Like, it was insane. Anyway, a little bit less graphic. Today's video is about how I'm setting myself up well for my later pregnancy, birth and postpartum, as well as a little bit of a pregnancy update. So first of all, 28 weeks, 12 weeks to go. How exciting. Baby's moving well. Movements are a little bit less, but they're stronger when he does move. Like, it's like, ooh, you're really there, mate. Hello. It's very exciting because my husband and I finally decided on a name, so looking forward to that. In terms of baby stats, is an estimated 37.6 centimeters and 1 kilo in weight. So times that by 4, and that's the weight the baby's going to get to before he arrives. Is as large as big eggplant, which I think is just such a funny metric. So in terms of planning support for like later, 3 months now, which is absolutely surreal, 3rd trimester. So first of all, we have the move, which happens in under 2 weeks, which is really exciting. So setting up in a new place, absolutely insane. Then we're doing a short stint with a homestay program, mostly just for a little bit of a cash financial boost right at the end, because I stop maternity leave in like 4 weeks. Absolutely insane. I'm so excited. And then I'll start getting into food prep and prepping for baby's arrival and prepping for early postpartum. I'm looking at getting an au pair just to help as an extra hand throughout the day when friends or family can't be there. And that allows me to just rest and focus on new baby for a little bit. I'm super excited because I'm trying to look for a doula and a photographer. I really should have been doing this earlier, but all the leads kind of dried up a little bit. But I think I'm set on someone. We'll see. And so that's been rather exciting, just for some support if labour extends a little bit longer. And I love to have those moments captured. That would be absolutely awesome. I really loved our birth keeper photographer that we had last time, but she just lives so far away. So it just felt wrong if my labour does go long again. So just want to be aware of that. And then of course I have the blessing of the church, which will be able to step in with a meal train and stuff like that for some fresher food right after Bub's born. And now it's starting to get into the phase where we start thinking about what life will be like after Bub arrives. I've been thinking about if I extend my government maternity leave, because we have about every woman, if they've worked in the lead up to their birth, get about 5 months on minimum wage from the government afterward. But you have the option to extend that, run that at part-time, like the days are kind of flexible. So I've been thinking about, do I do it as full-time and just smash it out for the first 5 months, or do I do it part-time and then we have guaranteed income, especially over the holidays? So just being kind of navigating those thoughts. A tremendous privilege, really is, but I guess a girl has to hustle in order to get it. Also thinking about what Christmas may look like with a 3-month-old. It was a little bit easier because our son was at least 9 months by the time Christmas hit. So what is it going to be like with a 3-month-old? I will have just gotten out of the first proper phase of postpartum, and that's always such a hectic time navigating family dynamics and sicknesses and outings and events and traffic. So just hoping that goes well. On top of that, we're looking at getting a new car, which is really exciting, because having just sold our house, I think my husband and I kind of looked at each other and it's like, all right, this is the time that we're going to have the most amount of disposable income probably for the next 15 years. So this is the time, if we upgrade a car, to probably upgrade the car. So we're looking at getting an 8-seater, whether that be a Hyundai iMax or the Mazda CX-8. And there was another one that we were looking at that comes off as the classic homeschooler van, but just some more space would be really nice. Currently we're in like a little Mazda 3 hatchback, which I love so much, I love dearly, but it's just very compressed, and so looking for something that we can buy secondhand in cash would be ideal. And then finally, something that I've been getting very excited about lately is planning for a triathlon. Are you crazy? Yes. I've been very inspired by reading Iron Hope, which is the testimony of James Lawrence. Well, not testimony, but the story of James Lawrence and how he accomplished 100 consecutive triathlons in 100 consecutive days, which is insane. And so if he can do 100 triathlons, I think I can pull out just one, which is so funny because I'm not a runner. I've never run. I hate running. And I'm about to give birth to a baby. So we're looking at some shorter sprint triathlons that I may be able to do in February, March of next year, which would be really cool. But I would be about 5 or 6 months postpartum. I know, crazy. So it's very good, very exciting. Anyway, I think it's always important to plan and prepare for these things. I think as a second-time mum now, my perspective's changed about what's really important. I remember so many people are focused on the nursery, getting a certain type of car seat or stroller. This time it's more about making sure that the postpartum, birth, and late pregnancy stages are really well emotionally supported and physically supported, whether that be through nourishment of meals or just like extra hands to be able to help with bub. So I'm very thankful for all the opportunities that God provides in that regard. It's an immense privilege to be able to have friends and family who are willing to step up and say, yes, I can help you in this way, because it is such a vulnerable time and season, and I know what it's like suffering and not doing it well before. So I'm looking forward to doing it better this time. Anyway, that's all for today. Grace and peace from our Lord and Saviour, and I'll see you tomorrow.